Welcome to NomadMedia, Automotive Tales, where we tell vehicle stories, a little bit of history, and some unique and personal experiences. Let's get right into it. So for today, we have Brian Edmonds and his 1952 Ford F1. And this is a 5-star, I think is what he said.
Yes,
I'm going to let him get to that here in just a second. But before that, man, I met you back in February of this year. It's 2024, by the way. Like, I'm pretty sure we're still in 2024 when I release this. But, you know, I met him back in February at the World of Wheels. And if you've taken a look at the community tab on the channel here, you'll see that I took my record there. Of all vehicles that I've had, I got to take the record and I got first in class. I think you got first in class.
I did.
And this is a beautiful truck too.
Thank you.
Now, I think everyone out there should be able to see exactly why it caught my attention here. It's a little hard to miss in a crowd.
A little bit. Got a little yellow tint to it.
Just a little bit, you know, like maybe like a more beige, no, just it's yellow. It's a really yellow truck, almost to the point where I'm pretty sure you can see this thing coming at you at night with no headlights.
You can.
You know, but it's an amazing looking truck. As y'all are going to see at some point here, it has a beautiful interior. This thing is pristine all over, under the hood, in the bed, in the interior, and it looks amazing. You know, it was definitely deserving to be at the World of Wheels, but I finally got around to getting to sit down and talk to you about the stories, because I know this vehicle has some stories to it. So let me just kind of get right into it. Let me hand it off to you, and you can tell us, like, let's start this off with telling us, what is a 5-star Ford F1?
5-star is just sort of a special order truck. It has the 3 Trident hood trim on it. Come with the keyhole on the driver's side. Regular truck didn't have one on the driver's side. Only lock was on the passenger side.
I think on the antique vehicles like this, like, you actually supposed to get in from the passenger side too. Like, I think that was by design, which many people out there probably don't know that. And I just, let me point that out, like, because you're mentioning, like, why is that a big deal?
Keep you out of the traffic on the street.
Exactly.
Come with the radio hole cover, which I had it chromed, but and the mirrors on both sides.
Now, you were mentioning that radio cover, like, you found that somewhere, right?
At a swap meet.
At a swap meet.
At a swap meet.
Like, and it was just so happened to be the exact year and everything too.
And they didn't have a clue what it was. It and the speaker cover.
Yeah. So tell me why. Tell me about that right there, because you were telling me about this, like the Ford F1, the 51, 52 radio cover. Like tell me those specifics.
Everything is different on them. That was a 52 only.
Yep.
Was that like that? And you had to be ordered without a radio to get it.
So you just got the wildest luck there to find that specific radio hole.
Just happened to run up on it. Yep,
that's wild, man. Like, I don't know if I mentioned it here too, but it's like a lot, maybe people out there know, maybe people don't. It's like, I actually have a Ford F1. So yes, I have all the Mopars and then one Ford. Like, that was another thing, honestly, that caught me about your truck too, because you've got a really nice board, like display board up here. Like, it's really nice. And like, it's got big letters, Ford F1 on it. And I was like, oh wow, this same truck, this is what I can make mine look like. Nah, not quite, but but yeah, that's a cool little tidbit right there too, man. Like, but yeah.
But I got it when I was 15. My parents gave it to me, and we worked on it off and on. Finally paid somebody else to finish it. I sure can't paint like that.
Oh, don't lie. You know you could. With enough time and elbow grease, right?
Yeah, take a little bit.
Just a little bit.
But and then it's turned into that, snowballed in the build process.
About how long did you work on it before you handed it off? Like, and like, do you have a timeline, or know a timeline?
I got it in 2002.
Mm-hmm.
I took it over there. They started finishing it in 2022.
2022. So 2002 to 2022, and they
20
started
years.
20 years to get this truck rolling. That is a long process there.
Yeah, it is.
Like, what were you thinking when you handed it off? Do you think you were ever going to have this running?
I was hoping so.
20 years, man. Like, what all did you get to do on this truck? Like, over the 20-year restoration here? Like,
All the suspension, brakes, engine. I had a buddy that they found cancer on him. He said he wanted to build one more small block Chevrolet.
yeah.
And I took him a book. I said, you figure out what parts you want and I'll order them. And I ordered them, but he never did get to where he could finish putting it together.
Oh,
I
man.
finally finished it after he was gone.
Man, I hate to hear that, but like, at least you got it done, though.
It is done.
And,
Like he wanted,
exactly like he wanted to.
except for the aluminum heads.
Except for the aluminum heads. Well, I mean, could give you a little bit more power, right?
Yeah.
But like, at least you did it though. Like, you got an engine from your buddy here. That's a good emblem of your friendship, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, do you? Hopefully, he's smiling down.
Maybe.
Smiling down at us. But what else did you get onto here, man? Not to move off of that topic, but I don't want to.
I finished all the bed floor and stuff. It was a cedar tree right here behind us.
Okay.
I took down, had it sawed up. I planed it, routed all the edges. All that come from here.
Interesting.
A little bit of the other stuff, but not a lot.
Not a lot of stuff.
They finished all the mud work on the body.
Yeah.
Bondo paint.
Who's they? So that's the company.
Somebody else.
That's the company that you sent it to finish it?
I sent it up there for that.
Okay, and okay. So did they also paint this truck?
Yes.
They did paint the
They
truck.
painted it. They did the metal work in it.
Okay, and you were okay. So let me point it this way then. You were telling me about your buddy telling you about the paint here.
I had a buddy that he paints for a living, and he said, "You're not gonna like that yellow paint. It attracts bugs when you're outside." And I was first outside car show I went to. Mom called me and asked me how the truck looked out there. Said, "Looks like a giant lemon pepper chicken."
Oh man,
He draws bugs.
So what you're saying? Okay, wait. So you're telling me that there was enough bugs attracted to it?
It's just solid bugs.
Just oh my god.
It was right next to Gunnersville Lake.
Oh man.
The whole thing was covered in bugs.
That's good, man. That is so good. And by good, I mean terrible, but it's so funny. Like, thinking about the color. I mean, if that's what attracts them, that's what attracts them, right?
So it's a natural attractant, just like a flower. I had all the grill chrome. On these trucks, it only come in white. And all the stuff on the dash I took and had chrome.
Thinking about that, I've seen a lot of old trucks like this white, and I never put two and two together on that.
That's the only color it was available in.
I wonder if mine was white.
Silver.
Mine was silver?
Here was silver.
Okay. Well, you know more than me on this one, so I was like, I'm going to trust you with that one. But it's like, I've seen a bunch of them with those white grills on them, so like that makes sense, I guess. That definitely makes sense. So, man, what makes this truck the truck that you wanted? Like, is it just because it was a family heirloom that the family gave to you?
It was just because my family gave it to me.
Just because your family gave it to you?
Yep.
Where did it come from then?
It was originally about 3 or 4 miles down the road right here.
So it's a local truck.
It was a local truck. After the people that we got it from, they brought it out of Louisiana.
Okay. Like, any information in terms of why?
Not really.
No.
Not a lot.
So lost a lot of it right there.
Lost a lot right there.
That's why you need to talk to people like me. Tell the stories of your vehicle. If not, it's lost.
Let's go.
But doesn't mean the truck's lost.
Yep.
Because obviously we have a beautiful truck here.
Thank you.
But I do have one more question, unless you have more to say on that.
Yeah.
No? Why yellow? Like, man, that is probably the most prominent thing on this truck, I believe. Like, or at least it's the first thing that's going to catch your eye. That's a better way to put it.
Yep.
that is the first thing that's going to catch your eye is that bright yellow. Why yellow?
It was yellow whenever we got it.
Okay.
Not that color yellow. It was just a pale yellow. But
Yep.
I wanted to stick with the yellow.
Yep.
And I was at a car show and they had a 2022 Corvette sitting there that was that color, Accelerate yellow.
Okay.
I said, that's the color.
Accelerate yellow. So this is a Corvette color.
That's Corvette color.
Oh, wow.
2022.
Like, I do not remember any Corvettes quite that yellow, but I'm not going to argue with you. Like, that was great right there.
First time I seen it, I said, that's my color. And I went and talked to the guy to get the color off of it.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Like, and I'm sure that he probably said something like, I don't know, you haven't told me this, but it's like, what did he think?
About his car.
What did he think about
color.
you wanting that yellow?
He liked it.
Yeah.
He thought it was amazing.
Yep. Did you tell him what you were going to put it on?
I did.
You did? Did you say anything?
He thought it was really cool to have that color on the truck.
Now, here's the real question. Have you went back and showed him? Do you even know who he is?
I don't know who he is.
Oh, man.
I don't know who he is.
Well, maybe one day he'll get to see this video then and see
Maybe.
how the truck turned out, you know. But honestly, for that, man, how about we get into hearing this truck run?
Okay.
You know, I think people are going to like this because it sounds really good.
That'll work.
All right, here we go. And there you have it, Brian Edmonds and his 1952 Ford F1. 5-star?
5-star.
5-star.
5-star deluxe.
5-star deluxe. Make sure I get that one right, because I'm gonna have to remember that from now on. Because if someone asks me about it in person, I'm gonna be embarrassed most likely, because I'm not gonna remember. But man, I greatly appreciate you for taking some time to talk to me today. Like, it's such a cool truck. Like I said, like this thing coming at me at night. I'm pretty sure I told you this at World of Wheels. I'm like, I could see this driving down the road in the dark if you're coming at me, and I'd probably think it's just the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah.
But I appreciate you taking the time, like telling your story, like the fact that, you know, the engine in this truck was one of your friends, and you built it and you finished it out for him. Like, you know, I hope he's smiling down on it, and I'm sure you're probably going to keep this truck, or at least the engine.
We got plans on it
For the rest of the time.
Yep.
I'm losing all my words here today. I can't talk. It's like I got to get back in the rhythm here is what I got to do. But no, I'm sure you're gonna keep it for a long time and you're gonna enjoy it. Like, and you know, you always have your friend there with you under the hood.
Yep.
And not only that, but you also like you made the bed yourself, which it is a extremely nice bed, which I mentioned earlier, how you have this really nice display board too, and it's incorporated into your display board.
Yes.
I'm hoping I showed a picture of it, you know, by this point. But it's cool to know that you actually made that here. And if anyone's ever been here, or if it's family that may be watching this or something, it's like they're gonna probably know the tree you're talking about.
Probably so.
So if they didn't know, now they know, which is, oh, it's in the bed now, that's where it went. But with that, like I say, thanks for having me out here. Is there anything you may like to tell someone that may be watching?
If you have one of these trucks, don't give up. Keep on finishing it. It may take a long time, but finish it.
I feel like he's like really targeting somebody here because he knows that I have, like, I'm just playing. It's probably not me, but it's like, I feel very targeted there. No, I'm just playing. But man, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me out here, dude. And with that, we're going to see you in the next one, guys. Peace.
at the next car show.
And there you have it, folks. Be sure you like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.